Now, while discussing India's road to a $10 trillion market, the foundation of its journey lies in how businesses are scaling and growing. Let's hear now from a finance expert on how financial planning, credit solutions, and microfinance can further be enhanced using AI and digital transformation and its role in India's growth landscape. Please join me in welcoming on stage V. Vaidyanathan, MD and CEO of IDFC First Bank, to take the stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It really is a pleasure for us at IDFC First Bank to be at this very fantastic gathering, and we heard some wonderful speakers thus far. And Mahalakshmi and everybody who triggered such a wonderful debate, thank you very much for bringing those perspectives to all of us. Today, the key thing that I wanted to actually share with you is basically some key numbers about how the Indian credit market is growing, AIF, PMS, wealth management, and how all those numbers are coming together to position India, let me say, for the next 10 years. If you think currently there is some talk in the country at this point of time, is consumption demand slowing, is two-wheeler sales slowing, is FMCG sales slowing down, is rural consumption coming down, rural people are still saying good things, but urban consumption people are saying, is there a little concern there? And people say, is private capex slowing down? So these are some concerns people have. But, you know, it will really be useful to know that in the last 10 years, while these may be issues at this point of time, partially, but there are also so many things going India's way, which we should put it in context. Now, when you see India's growth over the last, evolution over the last 10 years, there has been just so many significant events that have happened. In the early stage of 2010 to 2014, there was rising interest rates, and the inflation was rising, GDP growth was slowing down. Then 2016, there was demonetization, which is a really big event because it sucked out 85% of the current country's cash, and you were looking to replace it with a new currency. Then you actually saw that there was a period of a twin balance sheet crisis, when the Indian lenders were short of capital and Indian large corporates were indebted, and therefore both sides there was an issue. Then there was the 2018 IL&FS crisis. Then there was COVID that came in 2020, going on up to 2022. Right now, we're talking of the Trump tariff. So the last 10 years, literally year after year after year, there's been something in the country that's been going on. But let me just share with you how the numbers have played out during the last 10 years, despite these crises that have been coming along. So this is how the Indian, credit market during the last 10 years has grown. It has now grown from, say, 125 lakh crores to 324 lakh crores. So this is the GDP. The India's GDP has come along. That's like touching about $3.8 trillion. And then you see the Indian credit market has moved from 64 lakh crores going up to 183 lakh crores. That's like about $2 trillion for easy conversion. And that's a 2.8x in all the crises we talked about. Then let me share with you how the agricultural credit in the country has been growing in the same window, has been growing from about 8 lakh crores to about 23 lakh crores. That's 3x growth in the last 10 years. You can see how the deposits have been growing in the country. Deposits have grown 2.6x in the last 10 years, from 85 lakh crores to 228 lakh crores. That's like about $2.5 trillion. Then you see how the savings balance has been growing, like 28 lakh crores, going by 2.4x to 67 lakh crores. You've got the term deposits, that's grown from 49 lakh crores to 140 lakh crores. So you can see, and 140 lakh crores, I'd imagine, will be like close to about, maybe about, let me say about maybe 1.7 or 1.8 trillion dollars. And then you've got the equities market has moved to about 384 lakh crores, which is the market cap. The mutual funds in the country has grown 6x, from 11 lakh crores to about 67 lakh crores. you've got to see how the AIFs in the country has moved from about maybe less than 1 lakh crores, 70,000 crores to about 12.4 lakh crores. That's a big growth. Let me call that about maybe $150 billion or so. And then you've got the PMS market has grown about 5.5x. Of course, it started from a early stage fledgling situation to about 11 lakh crores. That's about about $140 billion. You've got the Provident Fund market has grown from 6 lakh crores to 27 lakh crores. That's grown 4.5x. So these are the areas when you see this in the light of the context of the fact that India has had all these issues, global, domestic, inflation, COVID, etc. In the light of all this, broadly give or take, things have been multiplying by about 2.5x to 3x in the last 10 years. You can see from the numbers. And in the markets like your AIF, PMS, etc., is also growth markets. You can see the numbers for growth about 6-7 times, mutual funds 6 times. So these are the really big numbers. So when you look ahead and you hear some of the news flow, you should be aware that regulator is watching, government is watching. They will push some fiscal button, they will push some, monetary button. They will do some, reforms. And India is capable of pulling off really amazing reforms. We saw it in the case of how GST was implemented in the country, and ease of doing business is going on. Income tax norms are being refined. So India is moving on, maybe ease of doing business and many other reforms. And even if you see some temporary slowdown, people will push the levers and pull up the numbers. Now, when we look at this sort of a growth in the country across all asset classes, we need to now next think about who is availing of this big growth of this Indian market. Now, if you think of wealth management as a proposition, you can see that wealth management as a proposition is normally afforded to people having balances of, let me say, maybe 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh, and so on and so forth, because these are largely supported by humans. What is the issue with this growth? I talked about how things have grown between 2.5 to 3x in the last 10 years. Now, how do we expand this market for the normal people is going to be a very key issue to address in the times to come. Wealth management and multiplying the value of wealth, and because of all the reforms India is doing, is, of course, great for people who have the wealth, but people who are, let me say, just off their radar and having maybe even earning, say, 1 or 2 lakhs per month, saving maybe 20,000, 30,000 a month, even for them, that is wealth in their life. In fact, for them, to create that wealth and to multiply that amount of 20, 30, 50,000 or so is super important. For the rich, wealth is exciting. But for the not so rich, because let me call the middle class, for them, growth of wealth is an absolute imperative. Now, we can't afford it through relationship managers. We all know that because relationship managers are expensive. So there comes the whole concept of how India's digitization and digital ecosystem is going to enable this wealth creation, let me say, at the middle class, lower middle class, upper middle class, in this sort of ecosystem. So at IDFC First Bank, frankly, we are looking at this all the time. When we are talking of lending, of course, all the big banks, everybody gives home loans at maybe 8.5, 8.6%. But what about the Kirana store? And what about the farmer who wants to buy a home? So figuring out how to take mortgages to them. Similarly, how to take deposits to them. Now, in today's context, how to take wealth management to them. We also agree cannot be done by human beings. So I want to show you a quick demo to you about how we brought this together, or how we are bringing this together for the common people, so to say. Now, this is a mutual funds. Now, I talked to you that India's mutual fund industry grew from, say, about 12 lakh crores to 70 lakh crores in the last 10 years. If all goes well and reforms goes well, and reforms and India's entrepreneurship and growth, all of these create wealth. digitization of the new digital ecosystem in India can take wealth to the, can make wealth management more accessible to the 300, 500 million people of the country for whom it is equally important, like I said before. So I want to share with you that how do you make this enabled? So I want to just, if you say, we are trying to make something called wealth management for all. So one of the things here is, say, invest in mutual funds. Now, invest in mutual funds, we are putting together a platform for public at large to say how you can do your own research. You do not have to follow IDFC First Bank's research about you buy this mutual fund or that. We provide you a platform. Say, for example, we say, okay, you can invest in equity. Within equity, supposing this is the fund that we've been talked about, in this fund, you're able to see what is the 1-year return on this fund, what is the 3-year return on this fund, what is the 5-year return on the fund. This platform is available for you to do your own research. You can live see what is the 3-year performance, 5-year performance of this fund. You come down from there and say, okay, what are the companies this particular fund, may have invested in, and you can. What are the companies being? Holding pattern. So you can see the companies that are there inside this fund and what the fund is holding live. You can see the companies held by that particular fund. And then you say, okay, I want to invest in this mutual fund. You can say, I want to select this for one time. And then you can say that I want to say invest 1 lakh rupees. And then you say, I want to here to invest. And then you say, this is the OTP. And then you verify. And as we speak, this investment is done. Now think, to make the funds available on platform, you can sort them, select the best, or you can accept a research that is maybe done by IDFC First Bank in this example, and make an online investing. This is super important for the common people. And one of the agenda of this should also be how to make wealth management accessible for all, because it's important for everybody. Now let me give you an example of, again, people at this pyramid who typically would like to have, let me say, retirement planning. One of the issues that we find in India is that most normal people, certainly middle class, upper middle class, they live their life by the day, and suddenly they are in their 50s or 60s or 50s, and they figure out, oh, there's not much money left in the kitty, so there's need for financial planning. So we put together something for our customers here, where we say that you can do financial planning, and you can do goal-based investing, and then you can come here, you can say you want to plan your retirement. In the retirement, supposing someone says, I want to say have 5 crore rupees retirement in say 2050, our system will instantly tell you through a tool that you really need 28 crores then, assuming inflation of 7% during this period, to actually have the value of 5 crores today, which is not a calculation customers normally have. And then we say, okay, what do you do with this money? So you say, get me investment options. In that, again, it's a choice customers are making. And then you say, okay, I confirm this plan. And then on 10th of every month, the bank will debit a bank account and move it in the fund chosen by you. Here is an OTP. Here you verify. And then your plan for that amount starts. Similarly, you can plan for retirement, home, car, etc. So the point is that and if you want to say invest in a fixed deposit or so on and so forth, the point just to sum it up is that that if you saw the numbers of the last 10 years, I showed you everything is up 2.5 to 3x, whether it is gold or whether it is deposits or credit or any of them. In the next 10 years, with the amount of reforms India is doing, with the amount of investment infrastructure India is doing, with the amount of ease of doing business focus, with the focus on digitization, with the creation of this entire ecosystem, one thing is certain, that the Indian ecosystem is set for creating more wealth in the next 10 years, maybe by an order of magnitude between, let me call it 2.5 to 3x, if you were to go by the nominal GDP and you were to multiply it and compound it by maybe 11 or 12% for 10 years. Through these, we will be in a position to take this to let me say, middle class or even bottom of the pyramid, for whom even 10, 20,000 rupees is wealth. And we should realize that what is wealth for us, maybe 20, 30, 50 lakhs, is for the common people, even 10,000 rupees is wealth for that person. And our ability to take it there is going to really define the more inclusive wealth creation and using digitization to make wealth management accessible for all. So this is all I have to share with all of you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully these numbers are going to help us in the course of the discussion. Thank you.